expense paid trip, have fun, right? Like no one gives you these types of experiences. You can buy your own, but who here would agree that what's even better than going on a vacation is an all expense paid for vacation, not on you? Right? It's like, it's just so much more fun. The food tastes better, the flight feels better, the experience feels better. And it's even different too, as well, too, with a PartnerCo trip as well. We just got back from an incredible experience. We threw a fun challenge. Those that hit the title of senior officer, that's a six-figure position, we took out. We were out in Puerto Rico. We literally just got back. Dana and Amelia, Harper, they're still there. We'll touch bases with them and also Danielle Singh in just a little bit. But we were out there meeting with our amazing founders and our owners, John and Darren, all of our execs, Katie, Lucy, Dan, everyone was there. And we had an incredible team that went. We had so much fun. The only thing that was missing was, if you weren't there, you. And the reason why you're on here is we want you to come on these with us. This is an experience where we want to help you with your health, with your wealth, but also your lifestyle too. If that's something that sounds good to you, give me a wave or put it me in the comments below, because that's what we're going to talk about today. And I will promise you this: we've been involved in network marketing for 15 years, 13 years full time. If there's one thing that me and Becky specifically have been known for and are good at, it's that our teams crush it on these trips. We get onto these, we win these, we win it all. So today I have a rock star cast of people that just were at this Puerto Rico trip, but also have qualified for our next upcoming one in North America for Punta Cana. We have Danielle Singh, our newest presidente. Danielle, unmute yourself real quick. How does it feel to be a president? Welcome back home.
Hi, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I just still can't believe it, actually. So I just have such gratitude, and this has been an incredible experience. So I'm very grateful, and I'm still in shock, like, of it all. So, and I'm trying to take it all in, what's happened and the feelings, and just from laughing to crying so hard to just the emotions and the family and togetherness and just the new friendships and that have been formed. But yeah, it's surreal. It's just incredible.
So proud of you. Can't wait. Who here's ready to pick the amazing mind of Danielle on how to do these things? So we'll chat with you in just a little bit, Danielle. I just want to recognize president is a very, very tough, I won't say tough, it's a high title not many people get to. And Danielle only launched, gosh, it's been what, maybe 8 months, something like that, Danielle? I don't know.
6 months.
6 months. Okay, 6 months. All right. April. So awesome. And it's not to, and we're going to give the blueprint today on what she did and how to be able to do that yourself as well too. Harper's, I want to check in with you as well too. You are in Puerto Rico still, as we are there. Looking vibrant, looking colorful. How are you feeling right now?
I'm just the words that have been in my head since we got here and we were with you all was "my cup runneth over." Like, it's so full. Yeah. And we're still bursting with gratitude and just soaking it all in. It's almost surreal. Still, I'm being here, but being with you all on this amazing trip. It was just absolutely amazing.
So fun. Dana?
Yeah, I have to ditto everything she said. I mean, it's just, there's an overwhelming sense of gratitude that we have, that we're part of this amazing company, that we're part of this amazing team, because we're no one extremely special, right? We just were fortunate to have found an amazing company, an amazing team, an amazing system, and just plugged in and went to work, right? That's the only difference, is that we just went to worked really, really hard. And we are now seeing some of the fruits of the labor, right? But there's so much more on the horizon for all of us. And that's what's so exciting.
And we love James and Becky. They're the best, okay? Like, you want to launch an amazing business and win these trips, they're the ones you want to follow, okay? They're amazing. Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you. What an honor. What an honor. We'll bring back you guys up in just a little bit. So we have a fun time. So let's talk about this, right? So let's say you're a brand new. How do you take these types of things? I just want to encourage you, first of all, that for some of us, I know for me, when I heard about trips, no joke, this is how I felt. I'm like, good for them, but that's never going to be me. So I just want to like challenge that thought right now, because whether you think you're right or you think you're wrong, you're right. We're going to shift that, because once you make that decision, we're then going to give you the pathways will too, because every single person here can absolutely win these trips. Whether some of you are going to do it this year, some of you might do it the next year, some of you might do it 5 years from now, which is totally fine. Who here believes it'd be worth it if, let's say, you put in some good part-time work effort over the course of, let's say, 3 to 5 years, and for the rest of your life, you knew every year you were going to get an all expense paid trip for you and your family? Does anyone else feel like that would be worthwhile just in itself? Right? Like that's literally how this is going to happen. But we want to make sure we can equip you with how this all works. Okay, so let me start here with a couple of announcements. There's a couple of things that are super timely right now, so I want to make sure that we have these out of the way. Number one, there is another challenge that is wrapping up right now as we speak. And there was an event called the Connect event out in Memphis. And out of that, there's this More in 24 challenge where you can win a limited time hoodie by just enrolling 4 brand partners at 200 points each. Or if you want to win the hoodie and a Dallas PXP ticket, our big annual convention, get 8. Yeah. So with that, Danielle Singh, you already got this done. Is that right?
I just figured that out. Yes, I did.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And Destin, Dallas, correcting you with Destin.
Oh, Destin. Yeah, Destin. Got it. Yes.
But yeah, I did accomplish that.
Wow. Any tips, Danielle, for those that are running for this? Ends November 25th, guys. We got what, 9 days on the clock? What would you do right now if we were someone you were coaching that wants to get at least that hoodie?
Oh my gosh. So just focus on income producing activities. Just really pour into that. And I don't really get caught up in much else, just the income producing activities, pouring into your team or bringing in new brand partners or customers, and just really focusing on that 10 and 2. And that's all I do is the 10 and 2 on repeat, and or 3 a week, however you want to look at it. But and if you increase that, and once you're accomplishing that, it's just start upping it a little bit, you'll get there even faster. So awesome. Yeah, just doing the income producing activities, and just focusing on the people in your organization as well, and bringing in new people.
Perfect. Just a decision and a focus. And Dr. Pia said it says November 30th on the flyer. I don't know why I said the 25th. Where does that number even come from? I think I'm ready for Christmas. Isn't it Christmas the 25th or something? So anyway, yes, we have the 30th. Absolutely. Yeah, do it faster. Maybe I'm programmed. That's a good save. Yeah, I'm programmed to do it faster. So make that decision and win it all. Like just win it all, guys, and that's going to be one piece when we go back to Danielle in a bit, how to hit these trips. All these little wins build up to the big ones. All right. All these little wins build up to the big one. So thanks for sharing that real quick. So be sure to grab that. Also, we are building towards the next big event. If you're in North America, all the leaders have come and we decided on this Puerto Rico trip. This event, there's 2 big events in North America a year. One is PXP. The other one, I'd call this one, it's a Connect event, but I'd call this more like a regional convention. All right. This is in February time in Destin, Florida. It's a dream location, white sandy beaches, warm water, a lot of fun. But there's going to be thousands of people around the world going to this. Every single top money earner is going. Katie got your tickets. If you already got your ticket, drop them in the chat as well too. Like grab it now, October 6th to 8th. Our goal, why? Is I'm telling you this. We're going to flood this with so much fun, with so much success. We have so many ideas on how to make this just above and beyond. This is a no joke thing. This is one of those events that if you don't go, you're going to feel massive FOMO. I'm just going to tell you right up front. All right. Awesome. Pia got your Destin ticket. That's what I'm talking about. We'll talk more about this in the weeks coming, but just trust us when we say we're going on this and we're rolling in hard. We're going to bring a lot of people to this and a lot of success walking the stages on this. Okay, that's our focus. Okay, but how do you win these trips? Well, last week, if you were with us in the Champions Academy, I went over a framework on how to get to 6 figures, kind of like a blueprint here. Carol got your ticket and flight. Come on, next level there. I've made a couple of adjustments, and I want to kind of give you the overview of this. My upfront statement is this. If you follow this blueprint, you will win it all. You will win the trips, no problem. You will win the lifestyle that you want, no problem. You'll win the promotions. You'll walk the stages. You'll be going around kissing the babies around the world. Like, if you follow this blueprint, it's going to be there, and it's going to be something that your people are going to be able to run as well too. The success in your business comes down to doing what Danielle said: simple income producing activities every day, but duplicated in your team as well too. Okay, if you're jotting down notes, Zig Ziglar said an amazing quote that if you help enough people get what they want, you can get everything that you want. If you help enough people get what they want, you can get everything that you want. So what we want to look at here is, what is that big game that's going to allow us to be able to win all these victories? So I'm tweaking this still. On my flight back, I started to think, if I were brand new playing this game all over again, I've worked with this comp plan for 13 years. I know the ins and outs. We've helped hundreds of people get to the top 1% in this thing. And so many people win these things. This is what I think is a good direction. And I wonder what you think, okay? Put yourself in the shoes of being brand new. Number one, when you're brand new, what's your first goal? And I'd encourage all of us to be brand new again. Get your first paycheck. Get your first paycheck. Specifically, get 3 enrollments. Move into that ASAP. Get at least 2 customers, get 1 partner, so you can start moving into this game. Okay. Who here remembers your first paycheck when you got it here? Wasn't that belief building? So, wow, I actually deposited, right? Wow, this is a real thing. So that's number one. I want us to think, if you're not there yet, that's your goal right now. First paycheck this week. If you already got there, next question. Who in your team are going to help get their first paycheck? Who are you obsessed about doing that? Steven got more than the first paycheck. Steven's already got promoted a couple of times. Congratulations. Number 2, once you've got that down, the next focus is getting that $500 in your pocket. Getting $500 changes lives. There was a statistic before, I don't know if it's true or not, it's probably inflated now, but did you know that 50% of marriages could have been saved with an extra $500 coming into their household a month? That's so sad. Probably now it's like 1,000 because of cost of living, but like $500 is a lot. As you go towards that $500 a month, and you're going to unlock Ultimate and Manager to unlock the compensation plan, double your bonuses, get check match. And the way to do it is enroll at least 10 customers. 10 drops sold is around $500. Or you can even enroll 1 brand partner at Ultimate. You know, every brand partner that enrolls at Ultimate, you make almost $500. That's pretty cool there too. If you do this 2-in-1, 2 customers and 1 partner every week, that's the goal. And then you duplicate that into your people in your first 4 weeks, you could go manager. Okay. So if you're still with me, put a 2 in the comments below. I'm going to give you this overview, and then we're going to dive into this. These are the building blocks. How do you get number 2 done? The way you get number 2 goal done is you help more people get the first goal done. You see how this works? Every goal is going to build up upon us continuing to do the income producing activities ourselves, and then duplicating that into our team. Number 3, how about an extra 1,000 a month? That's transformative. 1,000 a month is a vacation for you and your family. 1,000 a month is credit card bills getting paid down. 1,000 a month is your mortgage not feeling like it's suffocating anymore. That's a car note or 2. 1,000 a month and unlocking the savings bonus, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw the announcement, but Cindy and Lindsay McKnight, that's not her last name. Cindy and Lindsay, they're not married. They're just a leadership too. They just unlocked the savings bonus, which is when you unlock it, you get 1 check for $10,000. Then you actually, you increase your check by 15%. It's a pay raise right off the bat. So huge congratulations to them. We'll definitely talk about that more at a different time, what that actually means. But guys, to do it within your first year is quite incredible. So that's major. That's major. But to start getting into that pool, it deals with going to a title called director. Right? Director is at least making $1,000 in your PartnerCo experience. And in 1 week, you're going to start developing a team having at least 2,000 points of total sales in your smaller team. Imagine you have 2 teams, it's in your smaller team right there. Okay. How do you do that? Help your people do the 2-in-1, help your people go ultimate and manager. If you have 1 or 2 people on your pay line go ultimate, you're pretty much director, if that makes sense. All right. Number 4, how about 1,000 a week? That's not full-time income. To earn 1,000 a week, and this is where we're going to start to settle in with winning trips. If you want to win trips, here's a goal in your mind. Go officer ASAP. All right. If you're not yet officer, put a me in the comments below, because that's something I put into our obsession because I want to get you there. So not yet, but it will be there. As you go towards officer, from director to officer, this is where you're going to start to get extra perks. You actually get extra elite services on the customer support line. You get more matching bonus. And the way to do it is help your other people do 1, 2, and 3 in this framework here. But here's a key framework to keep in mind, which is you want to grow your weekly payline volume. Okay. Your weekly payline volume. What does that mean? Every week on your smaller team in your business, you want to make sure there's more and more and more there. And that's a really big key. One thing we want to help you with, you know why I like these trips? There's a saying that you can't take a rank to the bank. I love ranks here. There's nothing wrong about recognition, by the way. I'm the type of person where if I can win a pen, I will beat you, Pia, to win this pen. All right. Like, seriously, I should not challenge Pia. I don't know. She's intense, with the competition. So, but recognition's great. It's great. However, the long game is your lifestyle. True. The long game is, how do you help develop a lifestyle for you and your family and your kids' kids? If you want to have a business that consistently pays you, then you want to make sure that you focus on your business continually growing. Okay, the ranks will come, but that's where we're going to go. Now, I want to bring up Danielle first, because we have a tracker that we put together that I'll share with you in just a bit. But when I was looking over Danielle's business, I will tell you this. Danielle's one of those like silent but deadly people. If you know her, she's very shy. Like, she's not that, she's an amazing speaker, by the way, if you've ever heard her speak, but she's not the one that wants to be in the spotlight. Sometimes we think, well, do you have to be on stages all the time and do it? No, by no means. But I was looking at Danielle's checks, and let me tell you this. I said this earlier this morning. I'm like, you have the most rock solid business I've seen like ever. And what I mean by rock solid, it's almost every single week she's making more money. It's almost every single week she hits let's say she hits a title, the next week she makes more money. Like, there's no up and down. There's some, but it's not like ups and downs like some roller coaster. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, how is this happening and how is she doing this? So Danielle, welcome back. So let's talk, first of all, let's talk about this Puerto Rico trip. You went president, you hit it this long and done. We also, Danielle has won not 1, but 2 trip tickets to Punta Cana and flights paid for. Like, everything's paid for you, Dave, or you want to, I'm sure Dave's coming. You're amazing.
He's definitely coming.
What's up, Dave? He's like, I better be coming, so you cleared it. And there's like still a lot of time on the clock. Like, it looks easy for you. But let's talk about this experience first, because Puerto Rico is basically like winning a trip. What did that mean for you? What were some of the highlights for you?
Oh my gosh. So Puerto Rico, I mean, it's just, I'm literally just got back late last night, but like I said earlier, I have so much gratitude and so much respect for what this company is. And even, I mean, just, it's even more than I thought. And it's just being along this with everybody in this leadership and what we have, sitting with John and Darren and the whole corporate staff team, it's just a surreal experience. And this is a legacy company being born. This really is being in the beginning of something, but with the infrastructure of something tried and true. And there's so much opportunity. And I just want to say that I'm, like the Harper said too, I mean, I'm nothing special. I just followed this blueprint. I followed this system, and I trust again. And I just believe so much in what they're doing and what their mission is. And it's a true partnership. I felt so honored to be there and to listen to John and Darren. They wanted to hear from us. Like, they wanted to know what we need in the field. Like, they actually sat with each one of us, and they wanted to hear what our concerns were, or what we could see improvements in, and how they could make things even better. And they truly care. This is about so much more than just a company, guys. This is family. And I've never felt this in a company before. And everyone from, just like I said, the CEOs, John and Darren, they're incredible, to the corporate team, to our leadership and the bond. I mean, I've never laughed so hard and cried so hard and had so many emotions, just overwhelming gratitude for this opportunity. And we've only just begun. So everyone on this call, everyone has an opportunity here of a lifetime that I've never seen before in any company. So no matter where you are, if you're experienced or you're not experienced, this blueprint, you follow this, and you need anything, they're there to help us make sure that we have what we need. And wait till you see what's coming into this company, because we are just beginning, y'all. Like, this is, it's amazing. It's amazing. So the whole experience for me is a blessing, and I'm very grateful for it. Grateful for everyone in it, and just being able to mastermind and see, well, what are you guys doing, and what are you guys doing, and how we can implement this all together and make it better for everyone we bring into this. Because I feel if we just all focus on everyone that we bring in, on them succeeding and being able to experience this, everyone needs to be on this trip next year, like, and this Punta Cana trip. Like, everyone needs to be there, and we want you all there. Like, we have big plans for you all. So let's hear I'm in the comments, because we want to take you with, and we're just going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And you guys are in for the ride of your life. This is a journey, not a destination, and we just begun. So
well said, Danielle. So well said. I love that. Here's Danielle masterminding with John and Darren. A couple of things I pick up from you, Danielle, like, how do you do it, right? Does anyone else feel this overwhelming pride and belief and confidence from Danielle about where we're going, right? Like, that's one thing I know about you, Danielle, is like, you just made the decision, like, we're going there. But at the same time, what I also know about you is you love people so hard. You really care for others. You really have this feeling of, we're making this together. And you had tough challenges. You were going through surgery. You had just come from another experience that was super traumatic, and you were willing to let your heart open again and look at where you are right now. And your team is at as well. Your teammates on this trip as well. So would you have any tips for us? Let's say you're the person and you've been around. You look at this trip, you hear your story, and I'm like, I do want to be there, but I don't know. This is honestly what I would say. I don't know if I can. I've tried, and I missed, and it seems really hard. I keep on hitting my head on the same wall, and maybe Danielle's just different, and the Harpers are different, and everyone else on this trip was different. I'm here, but I don't know if I could do it now. What would you say to someone like that?
oh my gosh. So that was me. I mean, that was totally me. And I just made that decision that I want something greater for my life. And I put my why out there and thought nothing is going to stop that. Nothing. And so my why is, to be able to retire my husband and to live an incredible life with surrounded by like-minded people that we just lift and inspire, encourage each other and support one another, and a family. It's a family. So for me to be able to tell anybody, you just have to make that decision. You have to decide what's important to you. I'm telling you, because I'm the tough one to trust. It took me a long time to let those walls come down. This is the real deal. This is it. I've looked at a lot of companies over the years. I've been in a lot of companies, and I've never had all those boxes checked like what this has, and then some. So everything I've ever envisioned in this industry is coming to fruition here, and it is up for everyone. There is no exclusivity, and I love what Tim Sales said. You know, when you join a company, you're at the top of nothing, right? So it is up to you to get out there and share this, because you're sharing way more than just an opportunity. This is a complete life changer. So it's life changing. What we can do for other people, it's a blessing. It's a gift that we have. And when I talk to people, I feel like I'm truly gifting someone something. Like, this is what this offers. And you just have to make that decision and I know you've been hurt. I know people have been hurt. So we go back to that, but you know, you have to keep trying and not give up. And so the winners never quit and quitters never win. Right. So I'm glad that I decided to do it again, because I swore that I wouldn't. And I had a hard trust issue, but this has completely, you know, restored my faith in humanity and the industry, and just seeing what this company really is about. When you spend time, even at PXP, I just knew, and I'd share with John just that moment of the video he did with being able to dream again, believe again, achieve again, and just be with a community. You know, it's God inspired. God has his hand all over this. I keep saying it to people. So if you've been praying and dreaming of something for your life, you have the blueprint. You have the 6 and 6 blueprint here. You have all of us in leadership to help you, whether we're sidelines, uplines, whatever. There is no lines. So we're all here to help each other grow. And I would just love to see this 10x itself by, you know, next trip. And I think everyone can do this. I'm nothing special. Like, we can all do it. Just make that decision.
So powerful. Guys, this is what I'm doing. And I'll ask this to everyone. Who is willing to borrow Danielle's trust, her faith, her belief, her confidence? Like, that's what I needed to do when I was new. I was just like, you believe so much. Help me with my unbelief. So I'm just like having that rub off on me. And that works until you can build that belief for yourself as well too. But if Danielle, you're saying that we can do this, then I trust that you absolutely mean that as well too. So huge congratulations. And last question would be this. So I am going to go over a tracker today, but you didn't even have a tracker on this Dominican Republic contest. If I were to ask you now, do you know how to win Punta Cana and how these points work and everything? Do you understand that at all?
No. Just like back office, I don't know. You shared that, but that wasn't really my focus. But it's like this, like I said, just happened. And I think if you focus on the activity, it's just all going to happen, right? Yeah. So if we focus on our income producing activity, that's how I even have been doing what I'm doing. I didn't focus on the back office or this or that. I just kept doing the process, you know, what we're with getting in the guides. And if anybody's stuck, like, I've been out of it for 3 weeks when I was escaping and evacuating from 2 hurricanes. So my business kind of sat idle, and you know, coming back after you've been away for a little bit is kind of scary, because I did see a little low, right? And I just thought, how do I get my head self back? And I just poured myself into the guides. I poured myself into income producing activities again. And then, you know, brought myself back to, okay, I'm doing this. You have to continually remind yourself of your why. even in the hardest circumstances, I think, and how many people you can actually help, because the more people we help, just like you said, it's exactly, and all the other things are just perks, like they're bonuses, they're incredible. It's a blessing, but I feel just putting other people and ahead of that, and all that will happen.
Love it. So well said. Danielle, huge congrats. Thanks for all of the wisdom. It was so fun hanging out with you as well, too. Guys, drop some love in the chat below for Miss Danielle Singh. And hey, if you're encouraged, by the way, and if you need any help, like reach out to Danielle. Reach out to anyone here. Like it really is a family. You're just one detail away, one idea away from truly transforming everything. And that could have already happened. Or maybe it's just another question as well, too. So thanks so much for that, right? So what am I taking from this? Well, I need to build my belief. That's why going to something like Destin, belief builders, like these are musts, because it skyrockets. It's a nuclear warhead. Once you're there, you'll get that feeling from Danielle times 100, because there's so many people that are there feeling the exact same thing. So it's these events. It's not that you can't afford to go. It's that you can't afford not to go because of what it wouldn't do for your business and your belief. So if you want a belief one, that one, definitely grab your ticket and we'll be having a lot of fun there. All right. I'm going to move on now as well, too, to share this quick tracker. So this will make available for everyone. And here's a note on where this came about. So we were out in Puerto Rico the days before, because the Partners Council, the top North American leadership, gathered. We're with John and Darren. It was so much fun. And we're masterminding, and we're troubleshooting on what does 2025 look like. And one of the biggest challenges, Owen, can I give you guys some tips? Let's see. I did see someone ask, what can we share? Okay, let me see. What can I say? What can I say? Black Friday and Cyber Monday will be one deal for 4 days. Okay. And officers, if you're an officer, if you're not an officer, you want to get to know first, hit officer in the next week or so, because Black Friday that week, that Monday, there will be an officer's call, and you're going to get those details first. All right. How are they put together? I've been through many Black Fridays and Cyber Mondays. These by far these are deals that when you look at, you're like, I want to get them all. And if you want to get them all, that means your people are going to want to get them all as well, too. There will be people that if you're playing this game, you have customers, you have partners, they're going through Black Friday, we will see officers and above hit during that week. We will see that. The dates are going to be November 29th through December 2nd, I believe, those 4 days. Okay. It's 2 weeks. So play the next 10 days wisely, run for that hoodie, for example, get your people in place, run into the Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's going to be incredible. Also, we're going to have an amazing Slenderize challenge to launch the year. And why it's going to be amazing is we're building it together with corporate. One of the hugest things I love about PartnerCo is this is a company that understands that it's wise to just go straight to the field because we know what we're doing. I've personally ran Slenderize challenges for 13 years, guys. We've avoided thousands of dollars just from our own pockets from this. We've helped, and our team also is the most winningest in these challenges too, by the way. So we're going to rock this. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to skyrocket and explode your businesses. There's also new products in talks, and there's many of these products are products that you have already actually asked about. So corporate's listening and they're looking at it and everything. One last thing. The new website is also going to be coming out pretty soon. It's like a night and day difference. If you've already liked what we have now, it's going to take it to a next level. That plus reports and a lot of things, like we're tuning everything up. So give it another month or two and stay tuned. And you're going to hear way more about that. Just know what I love about going into 2025. PartnerCo in the last 2 years has already hit profits. Here's a number you can jot down. We have grown year over year 30% as a company. All right, we have grown year over year 30% as a company. In a time when most other network marketing companies are not growing or going down or honestly going out of business. And when I asked Darren, what should we expect for the future? He said, next year, we're going to grow at least another 30%. But he says that he's aiming for even more as well, too. What does that mean? Well, that means everyone's income is going to grow. That means that some of yours are going to grow not just 30%, how about 300%? So we are moving in a really positive direction as long as we play these games all together. All right. So we have, but out of that, one of the biggest challenges that we all discussed was the trips and how to win them because we don't have trackability. Here's a note to take. Be a part of the solution. If you want to grow big in this company, if you want to be a part of PartnerCo's massive, momentous growth, when we find problems, be a part of the solution. Think about how can we make this better? Think about how do we actually move this forward? So Becky, here's this. We don't have a tracker because PartnerCo is putting all their money into the site, which we all want and we all need. Okay. So Becky hears this, and as she's pumping her breast milk in the wee hours in the morning, she gets the bright idea. She's like, you know, if there isn't a tracker, then let me just make one. So I don't know what you daydream about at 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't dream about trackers. Maybe Pia does, but I don't. So she made a tracker where you can plug in your numbers and it'll pop out what you need to do to actually make this happen. Okay. So how does this work? We'll share this to everybody, and I'll actually put it in the chat here as well too, so you can grab this. This is specific. Everyone can do this, by the way. If you're brand new today and you wanted to do this, you can win. You're gonna have to stretch. You're gonna have to be at least vice president every single week from now on. Okay, but it's doable. So what you do is, number one, you look up your current lifestyle credits. So if you go in your back office, you can find them and it'll tell you, all right, how many lifestyle credits do you have? If you go to your office, it'll say under My Money, it'll say PartnerCo lifestyle credits or rewards. You put in your current amount. Some of us have them, some of us don't yet have them. So put whatever's there in this pink. On this side, you want to put in what's called your payline volume. So you match the week with a volume report and you put the number that's in there. Remember, let me go back to this overview of things. The way that we're going to go and hit officer and go to 1,000 a week and win the trips is you want to focus on growing your weekly payline volume. Okay. Put weekly payline volume in the chat if you're still with me. Growing your weekly payline volume. Okay. So how do you do that? When you go in your back office, you want to go check the My Money volume report. If you need help on this, ask some of your coaches. So this is just an example of somewhere in the past. So if I'm looking at this chart, it looks kind of confusing, but I'm going to look at all these in that say L on it, that say payline. I'm going to add this up. So let's say this week I see there's 852 on the right-hand side. You're going to look under total volume for title advance and global profit sharing. For most of us, you're actually only going to see 2 of these rows because most of us are only building 2 lines right now. If you haven't optimized, you're not senior officer, you're just doing 2 right now. This is an example when you have multiple income positions, multiple lines, it gets way more fun. It gets pretty interesting. So let's just say, for example, we're only looking at these first 2. I'm like, okay, I have 852. This is smaller. And I have 13334. This is the bigger one. So I'm going to take the payline volume, the smaller one, 852. I'm going to add that into this tracker. Let's just say that was week 10 of 2024. I'm going to add that here. I'm going to keep on adding these numbers week by week. So let's say I went to the next week and I were to look at that, it'll populate that number. So this one now says 1352. So I'll come back to this tracker, say 1352. You keep on adding these in until you know where you're at now. I think right now we're week 47. And it'll automatically calculate here How far away are you from hitting this trip for one or for two or for everything? And specifically, it's how much pay line volume you have. It'll even break down because this contest ends the end of February. It'll break down per week how much average pay line volume do you need to do to actually hit the trip. So this way, every week you work on that game right there. Okay. So play around with it, have fun with it. But I'd encourage, especially if you're a director and above right now, this is a really good one to look at and plug in. But anyone that's serious about this trip, you now have a tracker that works. And in fact, every single person that we went to in Punta Cana, we're doing the numbers and we're doing the math. And you know what's crazy? Every single person that went to this trip actually is already qualified for Punta Cana. Many of them multiple tickets, and they're all going. I know there's people on this line right now and in our team that we haven't even talked about yet that have already won this trip as well too. We just have to do the calculations and everything. All right. So I'm imagining in the very near future, we'll be in Dominican Republic together and we'll have some really cool pictures together like this. So have fun with that and everything. We'll post that link up in all the partners groups. All right. Let's end this with the Harpers here. Okay. Let's end this with the Harpers. You're out in Dominican Republic. You flew all the way from Nigeria to come. How long is that travel time, by the way, from the moment you left the house in Nigeria?
Okay, from the moment we left our house from Nigeria, 21 hours to the States, and then from New York to Puerto Rico was another 8 hours,
6 hours.
6 hours,
Yeah,
so 27 hours total.
Oh my gosh. And this year you've already traveled a lot. Guys, if you don't know, they live half of the time in Nigeria, half of the time in the States. You were just at PXP. You were just at all these different types of things. My first question would be this. And you have a family. How many kids do you guys have?
We have 3 kids.
3 kids. And you run multiple. What other businesses are you guys running to?
So we have a 40-room hotel. We have 14-room apartments. We have an event center, 1,000-person event center. We have lounges, bars, and a actually like African showcase business, like custom wear and things like that. So a lot of businesses.
If you want to look as stunning as Amelia, hit up Amelia, by the way. Seriously. But okay, I bring that up because I don't know. When I hear that, I'm like, I'm not busy. I'm not busy. And to take a trip like that multiple times, like there's a certain mindset, there's a certain priority, because it's easy to say it's too far. I got way too much at home. Like, so what gets you guys still going on, like, to make, even if you qualify, to just go and be wanting to be in these types of places and take that type of travel?
Such a great question. And James, remember, I even shared with you on this trip how it was daunting to even imagine coming on this trip, to be really honest with everyone. We were excited to earn it, but my gosh. And it just seemed like everything that could like happen to stop us from coming happened. And so it was very, very stressful. I will not lie to you. However, Dana and I, in our tenure in this industry so far, and not to say we're anything special, it's just we've just been in long. We've learned through many experiences that when something is hard, that's where the blessings are. Yeah. So even though I felt like there was, especially me, because he was packed, I didn't pack till that morning. And I don't do that. I just breathe and I just pray to God and I said, just give me strength, because I know we have to be there, because I feel this way. I know we have to be there. And wow, what a privilege to be invited to spend time with these amazing, amazing CEOs and founders. So it was worth it. Oh my gosh.
I kept remembering something that we heard early on in our career. It kept playing in our mind over and over. A mentor of ours said, never miss an event that you've qualified for. And that kept just replaying in my mind. Never miss an event that you've qualified for. And you know, some trips are easier to qualify, like, you know, PXP, right? Anyone really who buys a ticket can qualify. But that's the point, is that if you can qualify for an event, whether you buy a ticket or you've earned it through your hard work, never miss it. And so we just said to ourselves, we have to make it happen.
Let's go.
So huge. If it's hard, it means that you need to make it happen. That hits. And yes, make it to everything. So I'm curious personally, because you've been around in the industry for 10 years, you've been to all different types of events and everything. What's another event? Like, did this do anything for you guys? And if so, what was that?
Oh, and I didn't even expect it. You know, we've gone to founders events before. We've earned that before. However, I didn't know what I didn't know about PartnerCo's founders. And I did feel like, okay, we're going to be among, you know, others, and we'll get to like shake hands, you know, kiss the babies and all that stuff. However,
Literal baby.
literally, oh my gosh, I love Jaden. Oh, I was shocked when John and Darren, here I am thinking, oh, they're going to just talk about how, you know, their vision, because that's what I said. Connect with their vision, wrote it in my little journal, you know, and all right, what's the vision? And it wasn't that at all. They were like, we want to hear from you. Tell us about you. I was like, oh, okay. And they wanted to hear from every single person. And then the next thing was, tell me what you want us to do for you. Like, what can we do to help you? And I was like, really? Shoot, I should have made a list. And I was just like checking all corners of my mind. All right, think about everything. Think about, you know, the accountability calls. What did they want? What did our team want? List it, you know, and it was just so exciting and so wonderful. And let's just say I planted my flag.
Wow.
I think that's so amazing that she said that, because that's what happens from my experience at events. At certain events, our flag just gets more and more planted, and definitely I feel that to be the case from this event for us. Even more so. I mean, we already had
we did.
Yeah,
I thought we did. But y'all get ready.
but you can plant it deeper, right? You can push that flag deeper and deeper, and that's what these events do. And for me personally, in addition to what my wife said about, you know, getting to know the owners more, what I really appreciate from this event was getting to know the other leaders in the team more. And that meant a lot to me, to spend time with the Danielle Singhs and Lindsay and Cindy's and just, you know, James and Winter and just all the different leaders, right, that qualified, right? Because you're now rubbing shoulders with people that have also done the hard work like you have to qualify. And then you find out, what are they doing? And you start learning, you know, little techniques or things that you didn't know. And also to realize that they're normal like you are, right? Sometimes it's easy to look at these amazing leaders and say, well, they're so much better and they're special, and they, you know, they have all this whatever, right? And then when you get a chance to be with them, you start realizing that you're all people, right? You're all people with a goal, with a mission, with a dream. And you're just working hard for yourself and your family to achieve that dream. And so that was extra special for me, and something I'll never forget from this event.
So huge. So many fun memories, unforgettable. We found out Amelia, by the way, is the most hilarious person ever. Dana, you're funny too, but man, that was fun. Yeah, we have lots of fun. We're gonna do lots of fun, like so much fun. We have not laughed that hard in like life ever before. So last question then is, okay, so I'm inspired. I want to get my flag planted. I want to be around that. I want to make it onto these trips. What would your tip to us be to do right now?
Listen, one running theme I heard from all the leaders this weekend, they all do the same things, like the same basic IPAs, like they're doing the do. Okay. They launched themselves, they launched their business, and they're doing the simple things every day. Not only doing it, they're teaching it, they're duplicating it. Okay. So If you have not properly launched yourself and learned our system of success, whatever team you're in, please, you're doing yourself a gross injustice by not doing that. And focus on your pay line growth. Balance your business. Build a balanced business, please. Because that way, every single effort that you put is going to maximize. It's going to be maximized, right? And you want to win the trips, grow your business, do the simple things every day, get launch your people, do it every day.
Love that. Dana?
I would just piggyback on everything she said, because everything she said is absolutely what it is. And I would say no matter where you are, set a goal, right? Because you have to have a target, right? And something that we were from day one very focused on were goals, right? We had rank goals, and ranks are nice that it gives you something to shoot for, but we also knew that rank wasn't the end goal, right? I mean, it gave us something to shoot for, and then it helped us target people in our organization to help them shoot for it. And if you're trying to shoot for a rank and you're helping your team members shoot for a rank, then of course you're going to be balancing your organization. You're going to be focused on your pay line. And then, but in addition to that, we weren't 100% rank focused, because we were more important, as my wife said, focus on pay line. Because sometimes if you are only rank focused, you hit that rank and then you stop. And we never did that. Like when we hit a rank during the week, we're like, okay, but the week's still here. We have to keep going. We got to keep adding to our pay line, because as James says, it's not, you can't take a rank to the bank. You know, right. The pay line volume is what you're taking to the bank. So, and all that, we weren't really focused on the trips. We were focused on that activity. And then later on, we're finding out like, oh, you qualified for this trip. Oh, you qualified for that. And we're like, we didn't even understand how that worked, but because we were focused on those aspects, it worked out.
And can I just say one thing, 30 seconds. I heard this from John and Darren. They said, we're just getting started. It's just beginning. And I know we know this, but do you know this? Do you know that you're at the beginning of so much opportunity? It means get serious. He said, go talk to people, tell them what you found, right? You have to share this. You don't know who's out there that didn't have money to pay for their son's college, but just was smiling through it. You don't know the challenges that people are going through and how much they really need this business. They really need the transformations, but they need the opportunity. And they need a break. They need to go on vacation with you. So share, please.
Love that. Coaching accepted. If you are going to take action on what the Harper said, put yes in the comments below. Harpers, thanks so much. Enjoy your last day in paradise and have safe travels back. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Gosh, how incredible. So, guys, there's space at the table. We want every single one of you in our next photo that we do here in Punta Cana. Seriously, like every single one of you that are on here totally are absolutely capable of doing that. So where do we go from here? Some action steps besides everything that Danielle and the Harper said. Well, grab this tracker, start plugging some things in. I see a lot of people are on it already. Good job, guys. Good job. Ask for help, right? Do you need to understand how this works? Well, Danielle said it. She doesn't even get how this works. You don't have to get it for it to work, but it's good to know where the things are. From there, get your goals down. Whether it's wrapping up those enrollments for that hoodie, which is a great one to do, or it's looking at this map and saying, where am I? Or where do I need to refocus on again? Maybe some of us are here on number 3 and you need to go back to number 1 again. That's fine. Just think, where am I at and what do I need to help people get to, and start moving down the yellow brick road on this. Be intentional, be focused on that. And by the way, on the tracker, be sure when you grab it, make a copy. So if you are grabbing the tracker, make a copy so that you can edit it on your own as well. We'll post it up in all the partners groups. And what's the daily do? Well, it's the same thing. Literally, everyone will tell you they do the same thing. Number 1, every day, listen or grow the Breakfast of Champions call that we're doing. It's back up this week. So the schedule will be up and running. Thank you, Harpers, for bringing this to the organization. It's been so much fun. Number 2, do your 2 posts today. Right? The morning, make your lifestyle post. Your afternoon, evening, make drops business posts, and be sure to have the engagement sandwich. Start conversations. drive them through the links and through the machine, through the scripts, through everything. And number 3, focus on personally sponsoring 2 customers and 1 partner, and then start duplicating that more. If you do that every single day, and I love it, relaunch, I see that in the chat. Keep on doing this. I need a relaunch, guys, personally. So I'm going to move forward on this because my commitment is this. We are obsessed about transforming 100+ people to get to officer and above, get to the top 1%, build full-time incomes here, doing incredible things. This team has only just got started. I think this Puerto Rico trip was so significant because we truly blurred the lines of sponsorship. And what are we doing? We're collaborating and we're masterminding for you and your future people. There's so much genius on this team, including you. There's so much talent. And as we start to pour in together, continue to the next level. If you liked what's happened so far, there's going to be so much more to happen as well, too, and a lot more fun along the way. All right, everyone. Other than that, thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Dana, Amelia. Thank you all for making on here as well, too. We're looking to you for your next success story. Be sure to share this with your teammates if they don't watch it. The more trained teammates, the better. On that, have a great weekend. God bless and talk.